Bonus episode time! This is just me going to the stage and looking at the hints. I didn't need any of them, but I want to see what they say anyway. Okay, first room. I can't solve the room at all. Wait, seriously? You're stuck here? Are you saying I didn't even need to bother with the rest of these rooms? Yeah, I guess the quote-unquote easy puzzle is probably not the one you should get stuck on. You don't exactly have a lot of choices on what to do with your weapons here. Maybe you should try actually using them? Not exactly much of a hint, but again, I don't know how much of a hint you need on this one. Okay, I can't get the token. Of course you can't. I designed the room so you could only find a single path forward. You were doomed to fail from the moment you took your first weapon. That's not true. You actually can take multiple weapons before you have a problem with that. Also, there's no actual way of getting forward without Ice Wall. I could use a hint. It's not really giving anything away to say that you need Break Dash in order to leave. But the Mulier who drops it can't be harmed by any weapon that can't pierce its shield. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to reinforce its stability enough to let it survive a direct collision with the wall. We'll never figure out how to make that happen to it. I dare say that I could, but that is information that is not conveyed in the stage itself, is that Mulier needs to be defeated by either it running into a solid wall or having a piercing weapon used on it. How about the token? The token? Impossible. Sure, you can get the key with Break Dash, but how are you going to get back to the exit? There's no more Magfly to carry you, so you'd need to get Ice Wall off to Break Dash. But then you couldn't destroy the block leading to the far wall, so where would the Mulier die? I suppose you could hit the blue blocks, but that wouldn't be easy to accomplish. In theory, you could do it if you could step on the button 3 times, but there's no way you could manage that. Not unless you could fly. Okay, that's just giving it away. I thought... that's not even accidental. That's kind of just telling you the answer outright. It's weird. This one is a lot more helpful than the first one. Okay. So, in the third one, we have to acknowledge him as an intellectual superior. Just to humor you. Fine, you're a genius. That's a decent start, but I'm going to need more superlatives from you later. The Mulier here won't be hitting a wall anytime soon. You need a weapon that can pierce its shield. But if you're hoping to get past the wind, well, there's a limit to how much Break Dash can fight it. You'll just need to take out the fan feed from a distance. Too bad there's all these blocks in the way, and maybe you should start with the one you can get rid of. Yeah, this puzzle, I feel like I broke what was intended of it. I did not even really bother with that Break Dash wall, but yeah, what I did still worked. I want the token, genius. You still haven't given up on those impossible tokens, I see. Well, you really should in this case. You need to use a jumping aid, then water shield, then another jumping aid. An ice wall requires tornado blow to reach, so you'd have to get tornado blow without using water shield. With those blocks in front, though, you're not killing the fan fiend from the left side. You'd have to get past the wind, and Break Dash can't quite do it. And what else moves against the wind? Yeah, I have a feeling that I kind of stumbled upon the token path more easily than whatever they were intending. Because, yeah, the idea of using the bubble to get past the tornadoes kind of just occurred to me naturally. Alright. Let's humor you, Wily. Even though I've already done this. That's even more pathetic than I imagined it would be. How delightful. Their goals are simple. You need to collect the key and defeat the Ben-K guarding it, the exit. He's the spear guy, if you didn't know, and the ones in these rooms never drop their guards. So you'll need to find something that can get past it. But it's not as simple as picking a weapon. You also need it to be something you can have when you pick up the key. And considering it's on a high ledge with 2 blocks in the way, you really don't have a lot of options. Ice Wall is kind of the weapon that seems like they train you to defeat Ben-K with, honestly. Alright, I just want that token. As usual, the token is completely impossible to get. You can't hit the necessary switch. It's surrounded by reflect blocks. None of your weapons can possibly hit it. I suppose the Ben-K's spears might be able to strike it if the blocks beneath him were removed. But that's not possible either. The reflect block in front of them ensures that. You'd have to use a weapon while sliding somehow. Yeah, like, you know, a shield weapon. Alright, and the 5th room. Let's pretend we got a little bit stuck. What do you mean the layout is confusing? Is reverse gravity giving you a headache? Well, you'll only make it worse if you try to switch sides while upside down, because you can't do that. Now, obviously, you can only use each upward gravity flip once. That means you'll have to flip gravity, do what you need on one side, and then do the other one. So which side do you do first? Well, the hardest enemy to destroy is the Ben-K. Think about what you would need to handle him, like the previous rooms have already trained you. Let's say I'm trying to get a token. You're still trying to get those tokens? It's a waste of time. You'd need to reach the exit upside down. Which you can't do because then you'd have to do the left side of the room before the right side. Oh really? I don't think so. And how would you take care of the Ben-K without Tornado Blow? Only Thunder Beam could possibly hit him. Okay, yeah, I think I might have found a different way to deal with this room than what was intended. But that would destroy the blocks below him, so how would you get into the passageway behind him? Maybe that was... Oh no, so that's the hints that... That's basically the hint to how to defeat him without getting the token. No, it's not, because you can't do that either. Okay, I get it. So it's saying you need Tornado Blow to defeat Ben-K. Or you can use Ice Wall and defeat Ben-K. Because either way, you still have to get the Spark Chaser, and you can't get the Spark Chaser if you break those Thunder Beam blocks. Some of those hints were pretty helpful. Some of them were kind of way too helpful, and some of them weren't helpful at all. Yeah. I honestly don't think that they're necessary to figure out what to do. You just have to figure out what's going on with what... You have to figure out which weapons interact with which enemies, and I think the puzzles do a pretty good job of kind of training you on that. Alright, so those were the hints. And just one more thing. So I want to respond a bit to... So Ace's comment here said that this is not the right kind of level for a contest like this. So your mileage may vary on this, obviously. I definitely know that some people, they come to make a good Mega Man level contest because they want to play a good Mega Man level, quote unquote. Which is like a level that is in the kind of traditional spirit of classic Mega Man. I don't agree with that. I will just give my opinion briefly here. This is exactly the kind of platform where I want to see people expressing their creativity in basically every way that they can. And look, I'm one of those people who is not necessarily a purist. I like interesting ideas. I like creative levels. I'm the kind of person who, when it comes to Mario hacks, I definitely like the stuff that goes... I definitely have a thing for the stuff that goes all out and just kind of pushes the limits of what the engine is capable of. Because, as I've said, Super Mario World is not merely a game, it is now a game engine at this point. Much like the Megamix engine is. And, as such, I like seeing what people come up with, even if it's not in traditional Mega Man style. I want to see that creativity. I want to see what ideas people come up with. And I say, if this isn't the platform for it, what is? Because this is where you get the chance to put together your interesting ideas and make them come to life. So what if it's not traditionally Mega Man? It still can be a really interesting and really fun experience. And just like this level was. This was definitely not a Mega Man level in the traditional sense, but it was absolutely a level that I enjoyed, and I am glad I had the chance to play it. And if it wasn't here, I don't know that it ever would have had a chance to play it, because, you know, people aren't just putting together their own games of this kind of stuff. That's a lot of work. So yeah, I know it invites stuff like the long-ass Metroidvania levels. I know it invites stuff like Disobedience of Superior Machines, although I will also say there, I thought that was a decent level for what it was. I know it invites some esoteric stuff that really stretches the definition of a Mega Man level to its absolute limit. Hello, Identity Man. But I want that kind of stuff here. I want to see levels like this. I want to see things that are interesting and fun. And I want to see people pushing ideas, even if sometimes it doesn't work out. I like seeing people trying those sorts of things. Because, you know, if you don't try, you're never going to figure out what goes wrong and what goes right. And personally, I like the breakup of styles. Sometimes we get something that's a little bit more Mega Man. Sometimes we get something that's a little bit less. And it keeps the variety flowing and keeps me interested. So, yeah. I know some people are going to disagree with that. That's your opinion. I respect your opinion. My opinion is, I like this and I want to see more. And on that note, let's end this little side path, and I'll see you again next time.